Hello everyone, this is Helen H. and welcome to my channel, Moss Cottage. I hope everyone is doing well today. I have a little use it up type project today. I made these some time ago. These are like snippet rolls, but they're not the actual rolls because I found when I collaged over these, they got too stiff to actually roll up, and then it started to loosen up some of the elements. So I have a video. If I can find it, I'll link it below. But these are just basically snippet rolls with little bits and pieces and collage and stickers and all kinds of stuff on them. And here's the last one right here. And then see, I just tear off a piece when I want to use it and then use it in whatever project. It's great for decorating clusters or little pockets and things like that. So what I do is I just use one of these bulldog clips. I clip them together like this, and I have a nail on the side of a piece of my, it's like a bookshelf. I have a nail, and so I just hang them by this on the nail so that they hang straight down. What I use for the base, and you could use anything, you can even cut brown paper bag into strips or paper, any kind of paper. But what I use, just because I had it in my stash, and I don't know what the original purpose of it is, it's this brown tape. Now it's sticky, only half, like maybe a third of it's sticky on this side, this is, but down here it's not. So I don't know what this is for, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do make some more of these. But the caveat this time is I'm not just going to pull out whatever. Oh, hold on a second. I've got the sun shining. Hang on one second. Oh my goodness, it hadn't shined for almost a week, and it waits for me to make a video. Okay, so I'm just sticking it, and it's just stuck very lightly because, like I said, this is a very low tack tape. Don't know what it was for. I just bought it somewhere, maybe at a thrift shop or something like that. But so what I want to do today is, I've mentioned in some of my videos before how precious my Painty papers are to me, and I can't throw them away. So I have all these little scraps. Now, I have stacks of whole sheets of Painty paper. These are just little bits that have been torn off of paper, and I want to use some of these up. So I'm going to be using these to collage onto here. And the other thing, one of the other things I want to use up is some stickers. And these are just really cheap stickers I've gotten places. I picked out some fun, bright ones. And then this book, I think everyone and their uncle had this one, Maggie Holmes, back in the day. We got these at Tuesday morning. So I want to use up some supplies. And so this is basically what I'm going to be using. I do have some stamps that live on my desk, so I might be using some of those. I don't know. And then I've got this cup, my little donkey cup, with some washi tape in it. And some of these are the, I think I said it was Dina Wakley washi tapes that I had gotten recently at that sale trail yard sale. So I might use some of these as well. I don't know. So all I'm going to do is collage. I think I will start with the torn papers and just, you know what, we need to have 3. Whether I get 3 done, I don't know. And I probably won't finish any of them, but I just want to show you kind of what I'm thinking the process is going to be. So I'm going to just go ahead and glue things. And of course, saying that, I don't have a single glue paper. Oh well, we'll just have to work around it. I'm just going to randomly, because these are all colorful Painty papers, I'm just going to smush them all on and get them on. But I really needed to use up some of this stuff. I hate having all these bits and pieces laying around, but like I said, I don't really want to throw them away. So I'm just going to go ahead and start tearing and gluing, and I'm going to really try not to think about, oh, well, that color won't go with that color, you know, so on and so forth. I'm just going to try and make these as eclectic and colorful as I can. Of course, if your papers are dark and grungy, then, you know, just go with that. You know, go with whatever you have. I just want to use up these Painty papers, and it just so happens that they're all, you know, fairly brightly colored. So, yeah, and I just decided to do this. I want to clean off my desk. You know, we've got so many bits and pieces. So I'm really hoping that I can clean up some of this mess on my desk. And use some of this stuff up and make it into something useful that's ready to use, so that, you know, when I have another project, I won't have to make something. I have a lot of embellishments at hand to use, right? So that's kind of what I'm thinking here. So I'm just, yeah, this is good. I'm just going to go ahead. I'll just do one and then do another one. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And just some mindless play here, which, you know, who doesn't need that every once in a while, right? Some mindless play. And like I said, you can use anything underneath. You can make your own strips. Am I going to have every one of my glue sticks is used up day today? I hope not. Well, I'll use up my glue sticks then too. And I'll use the palette knife to get them out. I don't, you know, when glue sticks go down too far, I don't throw them away. I just go ahead and get a palette knife and use up the rest of it, right? Got to be a good steward with our supplies. So, yeah, so this is this. So this afternoon I'm going to the auction. I haven't been forever because it just so happens that when they've been having them, we've been at the cabin. So because they've gone back to, well, they went to having them every other week, and just timing and whatever has made it so that I haven't been here. So, yeah, I'm super happy to go to, I think if I'm not mistaken, I keep a, see now there's just too much white on that one. I'm just tearing that off. That's all I'm doing. I keep records of like like if I go to the auction, everything I buy in that auction, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get that piece of paper. It was stuck to me. I was trying, every time I go to the auction, that inventory number is everything I bought at that particular time. Like I don't have like, oh, it's a piece of glassware, so that's this inventory number. Everything more or less is in my books from one auction as one lump, okay? Like I list what the items are and everything on my card, but as far as the price and everything, it's all in as one thing. So that being said, I'm up to A100, I believe, today, which means this would be the 100th auction I've gone to at this particular auction. So that's kind of fun. Alrighty. And now I don't want to go too, I don't want to use all of this on this because this, I believe this is all the same sheet. So I'm just getting out some other pieces to do a little bit of contrasting so that it's not all one color. So, yeah, okay, so I can tell you already this is a lot of fun. All right. So, okay, so talking about what's not fun, I told you the story, if you watched my last video, about the event that happened on Monday with my neighbor and the crime scene tape and all of that. Well, today it was official. What had happened came out. I had heard rumors. I wasn't going to say anything based on a rumor or whatever. And my heart is just absolutely broken over this. But a young 19-year-old neighbor of mine who lives, his house is it's got to be no more than 500 feet away from mine. He committed suicide. And that's all I'm going to say. I know how and everything, and it's I just cannot even imagine how his parents feel, how his sisters feel. He had 2 sisters. He was 19. And my heart is just so broken that somebody who, you know, this young man who was so hopeless, he felt there was no hope, no way out to kill himself other than to kill himself, lives so close to me, and I didn't even know. You know, I didn't even know that there was someone feeling that bad. So my next door neighbor, the one who has been filling me in and she sent me the obituary today. There had been nothing. There had been no anything. And I perfectly understand that if your child commits suicide, that's not something that you want in the papers or anything. But it is an obituary that was finally put out that it didn't say that he committed suicide. We know he did, but that's not what the obituary says. But anyway, my heart just goes out to the family. Please pray for them. I'm not going to give out their name to respect them, but God knows who they are, and they need a lot of prayer right now. And so I told my neighbor, because we really want to do something, it's like I would hate to think that there are other young people in my community who are feeling that bad, because there's a lot of kids, and you know, there's a lot of families in my neighborhood, like lots of families. When you go out, you'll see groups of boys playing football and all this kind of stuff. And I said to her, we've got to do something. So she's thinking, you know, about something that we can do. We have a nice clubhouse, and so, you know, whether we have a get together where we just, you know, once a month or something, get together with them just to talk or just to let them know that people care. I don't know, but I told her, you know, right now, because the family is dealing with the funeral and all of those, that I'm going to wait until that has all passed, and then I'm going to take a cake or something over to them, because you know, right now they're swamped with family and friends and everything, and I don't know them, and neither does my neighbor. We don't know them personally. I've probably said hello to them, you know, when they're sitting on their porch, but I don't know them well enough to intrude on their privacy right now, so I'm going to respect that. But I will certainly reach out to her, especially after the funeral and family goes home, and everyone else gets on their life, with their life. You know, whenever you lose someone, that's the hardest time, because you're kind of left with the reality of them being gone. And so I will do something for them in a week or 2 weeks or so. I will go over there and take them something and just express my sorrow. I'm not going to say anything more than that to them, but anyway, so that's really sad. And you know, it is Suicide Prevention Month this month, and there are some great resources out there if you look on how to talk to somebody who you feel might be contemplating suicide. And if you even talk to them about suicide, it's a fallacy that you are going to give them the idea to commit suicide. So that's not, you know, say something, you know, don't not say something. Anyway, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but I did tell you that there was that commotion and everything, and you know, I just thought I needed to resolve that. I kind of like this with I don't know if you can tell, but there is some pops of bright green in this purpley one, and I just, while I'm talking, without even thinking, I picked up this bright green one, and I really like the color, the way these colors are working together. And like I said, I have, you know, if you saw the ones that I showed you before, they're all more, I'll say, grungy or vintagey. So these ones are nice and bright colored. So if I work on a more of a mixed media project or something like that, these ones will work terrific, right? These ones will work great. Now these two right here that I just put down, they are gel prints, and there was paint on both sides. So when you have paint on both sides like that, you're going to have to really make sure that you glue it well and hold down the, press down a little bit more on the glue, because it's a little bit harder to stick acrylic down, because I used acrylic paints on those gel plates. So I'm just going to really make sure that, and you know, one thing you can use if you have one, I've got this little brayer here. You can always use something like a brayer to push it down to make them stick a little bit more, like that. Something like that. Now, I don't want to go too long, because I don't want to A, bore you to tears, or B, not finish one. So I think I'm going to go back to this one here. I'll work on these a little bit more off camera or whatever, but I would like to get something a little bit more done. So I think I'm going to add a little more color to this one. It's kind of a little bit, okay, there was a glob of glue there, so we're just going to stick that where that glob of glue landed. That's exactly how little I'm thinking about this, but you know, when you work intuitively, sometimes it is the best than, you know, agonizing and planning and whatever, to just put something down, you know, trust yourself. But I want some pops of color on these and make these ones a little more playful than the other ones that I made. So, and it's getting rid of little bits and bobs. All the little doodads you have on your desk, you can use stickers to decorate these, stamps, washi tape, other pieces of paper, die cuts, you know, whatever. So I'm going to go with that, like that. Then I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to do some stamping. Now I have, since I'm trying to keep these colorful, I have this ombre stamp pad, and yes, it was on my desk because I got it at the crop, but I never put it away. Let's just give it a try and see if this will work. So it's kind of got different colors, like it's these colors here, and see it kind of, yeah, okay, that works well. Okay, Helen, you can't do it back and forth because you're mixing the colors. Then you got to keep the 3 pads separate. So I'm just going to go like this, and see I'm going off a little bit. And what this is doing is just basically adding some dimension, because if I add stickers and things like that, it's going to go over the top anyway. Let's add another one right here. I'll add 2 here, because why not? Okay, so like that. So I've got some of that on. Let's put some washi tape on. I've got this washi tape. This is one of the Dina Wakley ones. And we'll see how sticky this is. It looks like it's pretty sticky. So I'm going to go ahead and tear this end here, just because I want torn ends. I don't want the flat end. I'm just going to go ahead and put some pieces of this on like this. Now, another thing, I don't know if I said it when I started, that you could use for this background is tape from a adding machine. Did I say that? I don't know if I said that or not, but that would be something you could certainly use. And it doesn't matter if things are lined up, because remember, I'm only going to be using small pieces of this. I'm not going to be using like the whole roll. So, you know, if something looks a little bit too lined up, it really doesn't matter, because you're going to just be using small pieces of this. So we do some like that. Let's use another one. So this one here, can you see it's got little faces on it? That's really cute. Let's see if I can find the end. We'll use this one. If I can't find it in a reasonable amount of time, is that it? That's it right there. Okay, there we go. But this one, now I'm gonna have to turn it this way because I just can't work the other way. But this one, these little faces are going horizontally. And most likely I'm going to be clipping this and using it that way. So I'm going to go ahead and put these little faces on like horizontally. I don't want them to be going, I mean, not that it's the end of the world if they go sideways, but I would prefer for them to go horizontally so you could see them. And if they're at a little slant, that doesn't bother me either. So I'm not sure if you can even see me. This is such a big paper when I have it sideways here. That, okay, that's all of that I'm going to use because that's so specific, that with the little faces. So I've got this, okay. So now let's go ahead and add some stickers. And I'm going to have to make tons and tons of these if I'm going to even plan to be using up any of this stuff. So I'm just going to go willy-nilly. These happen to be floral stickers. There's a pansy right there. And here's a hydrangea. And let's just put that here. Trying not to think. And these, you know, I pulled out some stickers that were bright colored so that they would go with. I have these labels and stuff. These are printables that I got from Shabby Dabby Doodah. Can you see these ones? These are all these little labels and stuff. But these ones are too antiqued and too vintage looking for what I'm doing. So I'm not going to be using, you know, I'm not using something like that. I'm using these fun little bright stickers because of the color. Let's put some like that. And it's a great way to get rid of some of these stickers that we get. We get so many. If you're like me anyway, you get tons of stickers. Okay, so that's good like that. Now, I think real quickly, I might add a little bit more stamping. And because we've got this dark color here, I think I might go rogue a little bit and I might use a darker color. I might use, let me move my water here. I might use some black. Wait, do I have green on my desk? No, I don't. I've only got black and brown. Yeah, I've only got black and brown. I think I might try use some black. The little faces here are outlined in like gray, so I don't think it's the end of the world if I use black. So let's just use a little texture maybe. These stamps here are little textures. And they have also lived on my desk since the crop because I never put them away. Surprise, surprise. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little bit of stamping. And then if you stamp like over this, where the stickers and the washi are a little bit, it kind of blends them in. You know, makes them so that they don't look like they're just sitting on top, whatever. Okay, just like that. Okay, so now I'm going to take it off so you could see. But if you had time, see how cute that is? Okay, now here's a thing. I can see some, whoops. Okay. Move this out of the way, it's so big. I can see some things lifting up, and it's the washi tape here. So just go ahead, no big deal, just put a little glue. If anything's lifting up, a little corner's lifting up, it doesn't matter. You can just glue it down. And if you don't even want to do it while you're working on them, you don't need to do it because you can just, when you clip it and you're using it in the project, just study the little piece that you clipped and make sure all the little pieces are glued down. But there we go. Look how fun this is, right? Here's another one with super fun colors on it. And if, you know, it's a good way to use up these stickers. I mean, I'm not fond of any of these stickers by themselves, but when you incorporate them on something like this, they're not so bad. You know, they're really not so bad. So I'm going to be making some more of these this afternoon, finishing these and probably making some more because I just need to get rid of some of this scraps and these little pieces that are on my desk. So like I said, use a strip of packing tape, like this kind of packing tape, or a piece of a bag, you know, a piece of paper, whatever you want, cut it into a strip, glue some stuff on it, and then just put it aside so that you can just, you know, make a whole bunch of different ones so that you can keep them and use them in your projects. So I hope you liked this video, guys. Please give me a thumbs up if you did. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I ask that you do. And hello to all my new subscribers. It's so nice to have you here. And guys, until the next video, I hope every one of you is truly blessed. Bye-bye.